Welcome back to Meg's Mysteries, Mystic Mall Series, Mysterious Purchases. Hi, Belle here. We all got home safe and sound, so we thought, from our trip to Mystic Malls. The Pose Corner Club met in November for a monthly meeting. We all stay in touch and get together as much as we can. This month's meeting was very different from our normal, because each of our lives have been changed since we purchased items from the Mystic Mall stores. Each of us had strange things happening with our treasures. Lou brought home a black cat, Hecuba, from the Unique Pet Store. Gwen, all herbs and old remedy books from the Apothecary's Dream Store. Melanie bought a grimoire from the Black Magic Bookstore that belonged to a Wicca high priestess. She also purchased a crystal ball to go with the gypsy outfit she wore at the masquerade ball. She loved it so much she kept it as a souvenir. CJ got books on ancient religions, cults, and that was from the same store. Robert bought from the Mysterious Material Store a top hat, cape, and cane for his role as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, his new off-Broadway play. I bought a jeweled medallion and a red velvet gown there too. I also purchased the Salem witch outfit and the gypsy outfit. I let the girls wear it to the masquerade ball, but I'll use them in the Wax Museum for some of our restored figures and displays. So we all got together at my apartment like we always did. I have a large apartment over an old bookstore that my aunt owns. We had a lot to talk about, and it was a very interesting meeting, and very scary too. Melanie was the first one to tell her tale. She had kept the crystal ball just for a souvenir of our trip. She displayed it in her living room, and every time she passed it, it felt like it was calling out to her, and she couldn't look away. Every time it showed her what was happening in the future and sometimes in the past. It scared her, but it also intrigued her, and she had to look. Before she left for the meeting to meet up with us, it showed everybody in danger. She wanted to warn us, but wasn't clear how or why. I told everybody I was restoring and dressing my latest figure, Madame Demire. I put the red velvet gown and medallion that I bought on her and put her in her display case. She was a murderess who poisoned her whole family. I thought the gown and medallion were just perfect for her. One night as I was leaving, I felt someone watching me, but I was alone in the museum. Sometimes the figures were so realistic, but hers looked like a human form. It was not Madame Demire, but it looked more like Madame Elena Whitecraft from the mansion's portrait. Her hair turned from Madame Demire's black to a red flaming hair, and her eyes from cold brown to emerald green that Madame Elena had. Also, I thought I heard her talking to me. "I must tell you my story," it said. I thought I was going crazy or working too hard. I spend all my time with these figures, and they seem so real to me. So I didn't think anything about it, and I just left. The next day, the whole display was different. The figure had moved and was pointing to the poison bottle. Also, her expression changed. She looked more like a beautiful lady, not the cold-blooded killer the original display was of Madame Demire. I thought my boss changed it, but he said no, but keep it. It looks better this way. So I just went to my studio down the stairs from the display area. I went to work on another project. When I was going home, she talked to me again. "Please listen to my story." So I stopped and listened. I said, "How can this be? Are you real?" She said, "I'm Madame Elena, but I'm a ghost now. I attached myself to my gown and medallion. Yes, these were mine. Many treasures are real in the mysterious material shop and all the other stores in our town. I couldn't believe it. I was actually talking to a ghost. Am I crazy? She pleaded with me to listen to her story, so I did. She said I was married to the love of my life, Sir Roger Whitecraft. He was very wealthy, and we both owned most of the town. All the townspeople adored my husband and our 2 children. Sadly, he died of a mysterious ailment. He was only 30. I was devastated, but I just lived on for my children. A neighboring landlord, Edward Wallace, who was a business acquaintance of Roger's, kept coming to see me, and he wanted to marry me. He wanted my fortune. He said, "A woman as beautiful as you should be married." I rejected his offer. After that, everything changed for the whole town and for my family. This was the time of the Salem witch trials. You know about them. Everyone was going crazy. Neighbors and family accusing each other of witchcraft and consorting with the devil. They all had it wrong, but so many innocents were killed. My family came from Salem, and I had cousins that still lived there. They wrote and warned me, so I sent my 2 children away with them, where they couldn't be found. I stayed with my townspeople to keep them safe. At that time, the landowner, Edward Wallace, took his revenge. He contacted the Lord Magistrate of the Inquisition and reported me as a witch. I owned so much, and my husband died of an unknown ailment. I must be a witch. They came and gave me a speedy trial. My townspeople wanted to help me, but I told them to save themselves and our town. They hung me and buried me in an unmarked grave. My family and friends found out where and reburied me in my family plot. That's when our town was kept hidden by magic. We were a town of witches, but only good. We never did evil. The prosecutors all left. The town put a spell on them, and they never remembered we even existed. The town never forgot the injustice. Edward Wallace lost everything he owned, and he went mad. I had told the town not to avenge me. I stayed on as a ghost. Some of them did put a curse on the ancestors of my murderers. My family lived on, and my 2 children came back and lived a long life. My daughter Isabella, who you're named after, and my son Roger both lived a long and prosperous life. Our family grew and are still living in our special town. We renamed it Mystic Malls. I know it sounds like a strange name, but it's a play on words because of all our unique stores. You met our families, the elders. I said, "What? Named after who?" She said, "Yes, you are a descendant of my Isabella. She's your great-great-great-grandmother. I'm sure if you look up your family tree, you'll see it's true. Some of our families moved out of town, but they're still in contact with us. Some moved all over the world, but they're still our family and friends. We are all descendants from the witches of Mystic Malls, and now you are of age to know your true origin and secrets. Also, all your friends have a special place in our town, too. All are our family." I said, "How can that be?" She said, "You all have come of age now, and you were all meant to meet and be together from the start. All your families came from our town and the original families. That's why you were invited to our hidden town." When I told the others, they couldn't believe it. I said, "She's still there if you want to talk to her yourself. I know it's hard to believe, but she's warning us that the things we purchased came from all over the world. Magic and mysterious items that did belong to real people. Some of them were good people, but some were also evil. She told me, "I'm afraid one of your friends purchased an evil item." Robert said, "That's ridiculous. I bought those things for my part in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Nothing's wrong with them." Melanie said, "Maybe it's true. My crystal ball was trying to warn us." Lou said, "Okay, now I understand why I think Hickaba is trying to speak to me. I thought I was going nuts." CJ said, "What about Gwen and my purchase? What do we have in common?" Gwen did say, "The remedy book does sound like magic potions, and maybe your cult books, maybe they're real and they will help us solve this problem. I do feel strange since we got back. Do you all?" We did in our way, but Roger was the only one saying we're all crazy. He also said, "Not to change the subject, but my play opens next week, and you're all invited." "Of course we'll all be there," I said. "We can figure this out and get more information and research from our family trees." That's what we did. We found out our parents kept a secret from us until we became of age. Every one of us is somehow related to the townspeople. Gwen and CJ were distant cousins from the bookstore owners. Lou and Melanie went back to the original owners of the herb and the pet store. Robert was a great-great-great-grandson of one of the elders, and I was great-great-great-granddaughter of Isabella, Madame Elena's daughter. We were all from the same town and same coven, all witches of mystic malls. We all received letters and confirmation from the town elders explaining why and how we are all told of our unique heritage now. That week went by so fast. We all went to the play. Robert was excellent, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It seemed when he put on the outfit he bought, he really became the character. He took on a look of evil Hyde, just like he did at the masquerade ball, as he danced with the young girl. The evil look that came over him. It was very scary, and we all noticed his change. But the audience thought he was just acting the part. But we knew better. At the finish of the play, he got a standing ovation. We made up later, and he changed, and we all went to his dressing room. He looked normal again. He said, "See, I told you, nothing sinister with my outfit. But I must tell you, I found a knife in the cane. The top came off and was loose before the play, and it showed a blade hidden inside of it. But I feel fine." I said, "Okay, but I'll ask Madame Elena about it." Also, Gwen said, "I'll check out the crystal ball." Then we all went home. Weeks later, Robert called me. "Someone stole my outfit, hat, cane, and cane. They're all gone from my dressing room." I told him, "Call the police. We don't want that out there. I have a bad feeling about them." Because the change we saw in Robert when he put him on, we all saw that happen. I asked Madame Elena. She did say something about the shop receiving artifacts and items that might be haunted by the original owners, and sometimes can take over the mysterious traits. Maybe Robert purchased one of them. It sounds crazy, but I fear this is true. I told the others. Weeks went by. Melanie called us all together. We met at my place. Her crystal ball showed a mysterious man murdering a young girl. He had a top hat, cape, and a long blade he pulled out of the cane, and he killed her. Robert still insisted this is crazy, but CJ said he read about a murder on the loose. No details given out. Robert then said his understudy was acting very strange, almost evil looking. Robert told us he had a bad case of food poisoning, and the understudy had to take his place. Days before he got sick, the understudy asked him where he got the outfit. "Makes you look so real as Hyde. The audience loves you." He was always jealous of me and wanted my part from the start. Maybe he poisoned me and took my things. I said to him, "Now maybe you believe us? Something is happening, something evil." So we did some investigating and found out where the understudy lived. I hate to say it, but we used a little magic from Melanie's grimoire and from help from CJ's books on occult. We also know we are all witches, and it was easy. Lou and Gwen whipped up a potion. From all their herbs, it was a sleeping potion. Melanie and CJ found a spell from the grimoire and will stop the understudy from remembering anything. Lou and his cat, Hikiba, who we found out was a familiar, an ancestor of his, helped make a sleeping potion. The cat told him how to do it. So Robert slipped the sleeping potion to the understudy that night at the at the theater. We went to his apartment and got the items. It's sad to say the killer was never found. The original owner was the ghost that had taken over the understudy when he put on the outfit that Robert had purchased, and he was the killer. He was a famous English murderer. He never was found, and his clothes somehow found its way to mysterious material shop. His ghost must have attached itself to the clothes, so when someone put them on, the murderer can take over and kill again. But he never expected witches to spoil his murderous plot, and we did. We stopped him from killing any more innocent girls. But sadly, this poor victim's case will go unsolved as an unsolved murder. Only we know the truth. Madame Elena will stay with us and help us learn how to handle our newfound lives and powers. We found a way to tell the elders about the cursed items. They said they'll be checking all items out before putting them in the shops from now on. They'll be more careful in the future. No more deadly items will slip by. We also sent back Robert's purchases, and the elders will destroy them with magic. We got a letter from them. We're all invited to come home for a visit anytime we want to, as we all are family now. We all know the secrets of the hidden town. Signed, the elders of Mystic Malls. Maybe we will. What do you think? Should we?